One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Pay's checkout is offered by your banks and credit unions. So when you shop online at participating merchants, your cards appear in one place. Pay's. It checks out. Activation required. See Pays.com to learn more. Terms and conditions apply.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And this hour on this hot summer day, the number to reach me, your chance to be heard today on a variety of topics, 800-848-9222. The phone lines are open right now. America's 250th anniversary. And I say to the socialist mayor of New York City, Mamdani, why? Why did you find the need to deliver a speech today, speaking before the President of the United States of America and delivering such a decisive speech, a polarizing speech? If you don't understand where Mamdani is coming from after the speech he delivered today, then you will never get it. I think you folks know that I speak from the heart and I tell it like it is. So I'm asking a question. I'm really not trying to be polarizing myself. Why was it necessary, Mamdani, to use George Washington's desk? Why, Mamdani, was it necessary for you to have recent people to America standing behind you? Why, Mamdani, was it necessary to have a woman up there with you with a hijab on, whatever the term may be? Why was it necessary for you to throw this in our face today? You're supposed to be the mayor of New York City, not the leader of the opposition. It was wicked what this man did just a short time ago. And to use, again, George Washington's desk to be so divisive. I want you to listen. This is about a 2-minute clip. I want you to listen to what this man actually had to say in terms of, at City Hall, 250th anniversary of America. And Mamdani, it was almost like he was speaking as a leader of another country, a leader of a country that's not friends with America.
As we mark 250 years, what do we see? We see a city of contradictions within a nation of contradictions. We see the wealthiest country in the history of the world, one where children go to sleep hungry while the world's first trillionaire hungers for more. We see monopolies that dominate every industry and oligarchs who buy elections. We see masked agents terrorizing our streets, eating food cooked by our undocumented neighbors before spiriting them away in unmarked vans. We see a nation whose immense wealth has been built by those with calloused, dirt-streaked hands, those who toil on factory floors and chisel into stone. And we see a nation that has allowed so much of that wealth to be held instead in the soft hands of a precious few. Yes, we see America in a health insurance industry that exploits the sick, but that is not all we see when we look for America. We see it too in the nurse who works a double shift and then stops on her way home to check on an ailing neighbor. Yes, we see America in corporate landlords for whom negligence is a business model. We see it too in the father who tucks his children into bed beneath a ceiling stained with leaks, who wakes before dawn to go to work and still believes his country can do better by his family. Yes, we see America when we spend our tax dollars on bombs and bailouts, when we sell our elections to the highest bidder. Yet we see it just as clearly in every American who still believes this country belongs to we, the people. We see America each time neighbors link arms with neighbors without asking how long they have lived here or what papers they have, as ICE invades our neighborhoods. We see America each time those young and old stand in the beating rain or the stifling heat to cast their ballots. We see America each time working people demand more, not just for themselves, but for their fellow Americans. There are some who respond to those who ask for more from America with a simple refrain. Love it or leave it, they say. But patriotism has never been about pretending our nation is without flaws. Patriotism is every act of righteous dissent. It is every march led under the heavy sun. It is every protest held a decade before its time. It is precisely because we love this nation that we will not leave it. After all, who loves America more than those who have sacrificed so much to make it free?
So what have you sacrificed, Mamdani? What has your mother sacrificed, the movie director? What is your hateful father, the Columbia University? What has he sacrificed? What has your racist, anti-Semitic wife sacrificed? I'm sorry, folks. I have to tell the truth. Okay, I can stand here and be politically correct and go, oh, he's the mayor of New York. No, this man is hateful. And every chance he gets, he sends a clear signal that, quote, we are taking over. You define who we is. Why? Celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Why do you have to have that woman standing there with a hijab on? Why? Why do you have to do that, Mamdani? Why? Every chance you get, you throw your religious faith down our throats. He literally took his thumb and collectively put it in all of our eyes today. This man, I don't know what to say, folks, when it comes to this mayor. But the White House has his number. The White House has his number. I want you to listen to this. This is White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt stating that our kids need to be taught to love our country. In other words, the exact opposite of Mamdani, his wife, and his parents.
I will say a silver lining, so many parents that I talk to across the country are homeschooling, are turning to private education, are turning towards Christian schools across the country because they don't want their children being taught these communist and liberal ideas slammed down their throat. It's why President Trump in the White House has advocated so strongly for school choice across the country. We want kids to be taught to love our country. They should. It is the greatest country in the history of the world.
All right.
And indeed, it is Caroline Leavitt. Welcome back from delivering your second child. But, you know, folks, here's the bottom line. If America is as bad as Mamdani tries to make it look every day, why did you want to become a citizen here? Why did your parents come here? If it's so bad, why did you get an apartment in Queens that had a somewhat of a rent subsidy? Stop running game, Mamdani. If America is so bad, why did you want to come here and be a rapper, which you failed terribly at? I read an article just the other day that what's bothering Mamdani is 50 Cent, the very popular rapper, told him to go take a hike. Because 50 Cent is a multimillionaire and 50 Cent gets it that what Mamdani wants to do with his money. So Mamdani says the beef that he has with 50 Cent, that bothers him. So you don't care about running billionaires out of town, but you're worried about your relationship with a rapper? Are you kidding me? With 50 Cent? That's what you're worried about? 800-848-9222. Line 3, Robin in Brooklyn, New York. Robin, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. You know, this Mamdani needs to be reined in and removed from office. And Kathy Hochul, I was just rereading The Wizard of Oz, and she needs to go to the wizard and ask for a brain, a heart, and a courage. I mean, New York City, we really need Bruce Blakeman as governor. And I know you know everything about politics. People, I go to synagogue and I keep talking about Blakeman. They never hear of him. How would you, if you were running his campaign, what would you advise him to do?
Great question, Robin. I would advise Blakeman to continue doing what he's doing. He's out there pounding the pavement. He's out there on social media. If people really want to see him elected, the best thing you can do right now is to donate to his campaign. That's the best thing that you can do so that he can get up and running on television. If a candidate can't get up and running on television, they're on a treadmill to nowhere. And so Blakeman has got the credentials. He's got the look. He's got the sound. He can reach into all different communities, black, white, Asian, Latino. But if he doesn't have money to compete, he's fighting a uphill losing battle. And unfortunately, that's where he finds himself right now. As I said early this morning, you have to be a rock star, Robin, on the Republican side to get elected in New York. You have to be a Rudy Giuliani. And which even Giuliani, Mr. U.S. Attorney himself of the Southern District, it took him 2 times. It takes Bloomberg with all of his money. And like I said, if Fernando Ferrer, the Democrats, and Mark Green didn't destroy each other, Bloomberg would have never got elected. It's very, very tough. All the stars have to be aligned. But I'm telling you, Robin, and thank you for the wonderful call, if you folks want to see Blakeman elected, the best thing that you can do right now is show me the money, put up some campaign dollars, and then that way, because as it stands now, he can't advertise until at least Labor Day. By Labor Day, this thing may be over and done with. That's the reality of what we are dealing with. Let's go to Robert in Riverhead, New York, line 5. Robert, what's on your mind?
Well, Mr. Mamdani doing what he pulled off today, that POS and the DSA people attacking patriotism, I got a word for them. Maybe they should remember what Admiral Yamato said after attacking Pearl Harbor, that he's going to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve. And that's what we need to do. And
hey, Robert, that sounds wonderful. It sounds great. But how many times does Mamdani have to slap you in the face? He seems like he does it once a week.
Well, we need to slap him back. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, no, I get what you're saying, what we need to do. But when is it enough? If the message doesn't come across today, he preempted the president of the United States, pulled out George Washington's desk, put a bunch of migrants behind him and recent immigrants, including 1 or 2 women with these hijabs on, to tell you that he hates America. He all but said it. If we don't get it at this point, when will we understand that this guy does not like us?
He's preparing to normalize the DSA and the Muslims, and maybe even himself, grooming himself for what he thinks he's going to be president someday. Now, we got to fight back, and Blakeman is the easiest and best way for us to fight back. And then maybe they can find out if this guy really did lie in his papers and get him thrown out of the mayoralship, because he certainly doesn't belong running this city. And New York City wags the whole tail of New York State. And we're going to be going into that blue toilet water that looks like the Democratic blue. That's going to.
I hear you, Robert. I hear you, and Robert may be accurate about that, folks. Dominic Carter here with you on this July 3rd, 2026. Time for a break. When we come back, we see all your telephone calls. More of your calls, 800-848-9222.
Welcome to a new era of baseball's great spectacle, the T-Mobile Home Run Derby, live on Netflix. The biggest sluggers in baseball put their talents to the test on All-Star Weekend. Raw power meets star power. Big swagger meets bigger slams. And you don't swing to make contact. You swing to make history. Watch the T-Mobile Home Run Derby live on Netflix, Monday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. Goldbelly ships Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garden's famous cakes. So, if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's goldbelly.com, promo code GIFT.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And back to the phones we go on this July 3rd, Mamdani delivering a speech that he didn't have to do so. His version of the 250th anniversary of America, and it was a hateful speech. It was his way to put his thumb into our eye collectively. It was disgusting what he did. I don't understand, folks. Again, you can say, oh, Islamophobia. I don't know why every chance he gets, he has to put someone Muslim in front of us. Why is that every single time? We know Muslims are here and have helped this country. You don't have to throw it in our face every single day. Robert, line 1 in Queens. What's on your mind, Robert?
Yeah, how you doing? Great show. About that caller that said we have to support, we have to give money to Bruce Blakeman. I'll say it's not enough just to give money. Get involved in his campaign. Volunteer to call people. Volunteer to go door to door. This way, he'll have a better chance of winning. That's one point. The other point is I don't see any of the socialists criticizing Taylor Swift for spending millions of dollars on a wedding. And
wait. That's not fair. That's not fair. Isn't that her own money?
But how about Elon Musk? That's also his own money. And what did Elizabeth Warren say?
Okay, wait. I don't understand the comparison that you're making.
Why not? No, because
you just brought this up. You said you just criticized Taylor Swift, and then you said, "What about Elon Musk?" I don't understand what you're saying.
No. Dominic, I'm not criticizing Taylor Swift. She can spend all the money she wants. I'm saying the socialists are not criticizing her for being so rich and spending so much money. That's what I'm criticizing the socialists, not her.
Okay.
I love it that she's making an expensive wedding. I want her to make an expensive wedding. I want her to spend millions of dollars on a wedding. But they're hypocrites because they will insult Elon Musk when he became a trillionaire.
Oh, I got it now. Which is true. Hey, Robert, so Robert, maybe you can help me. I'm trying to figure this part out right now. I get it. Taylor Swift is a megastar. She's marrying Mr. Football, but why Madison Square Garden? She has a beautiful mega mansion in Rhode Island. Why tie up the city and do this? She did donate $26 million to charity for this, but why do this at Madison Square Garden? I don't understand why.
I don't know. Why? Because I don't know. Because she's famous and she knows it's going to attract a lot of attention. I don't know.
Right, and Mamdani doesn't say anything about her wealth. And thank you for the call, Robert. It seems like he's been fishing for an invitation to the wedding, which who knows, he may get. Boy, is he happy when he's around the celebrities. That's why he wants to be around 50 Cent. And 50 Cent is like, get away from me, you loser. And he's still trying to kiss 50 Cent's ass. And 50 Cent don't want to be bothered with him. Line 5, Judith in Brooklyn. What's on your mind, Judith?
Hi, Dominic. What an artist. Actually, what a con artist. That's what came to mind right away. I'm listening to his speech, and it's very hard. Talk is cheap, Dominic. Look at what he has done already, okay? Look also at the friends he has. For instance, Hassan Piker, his hateful, racist wife, for example, his father, who believes in suicide bombing. These are hateful people. Immigrants that came here, people, they were tested. And some actually were sent back, believe it or not, okay? They were vetted, tested, and sent back. And they came in legally. This country has
Judith, wait, hold on, Judith. I'm up against a break. I'll give you the option if you want. You can hold on. It's going to be a few minutes. It's up to you. But I do have to take a break. Dominic Carter here with you folks. Mamdani delivering a hateful speech on America's 250th anniversary. It didn't need to be, but every chance he spits on the rest of us. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And so on this July 3rd, a hot July 3rd, I just don't know why it was necessary. Why can't we have a peaceful weekend Wait to listen to the man that was elected by America. Wait to listen to President Trump tomorrow as we celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Oh, no. The Prince Mayor of the entire world, Mamdani, had to come forth and spread his hate the day before, preempting the President of the United States. He had to do his speech basically spitting in all of our faces, using the desk of George Washington to put migrants and recent immigrants behind him, and one or two women with hijabs on. And listen, I get it. It's part of the culture. I understand that. But Mamdani, why do I have to look at this every day while you're the mayor? It's almost like, and I know this is going to sound like a stereotype, it's almost like if David Dinkins or Eric Adams had a basketball in their hand every day, or had on a dashiki and said every day, I'm going up to Harlem to go be with my people. This is what Mamdani does every day, but it's even worse than that. He particularly picked out this day, America's celebration, to say, America, you ain't all that. What he was basically telling you today is that he and his people are taking over and that there is nothing you can do about it. That's what he was telling us today. I was just speaking to Judith. We see all of your calls again on this July 3rd. It should have been a day of just peace, but Mamdani has to come out and spread his hate. Judith, continue.
Hi, Dominic. Thank you. I was trying to say a few things, and one of them was the immigrants that came, they were legal, they were vetted. Some of them, even with an eye disease, were sent back. Can you imagine? And all this is legal. He's talking about migrants like, illegal migrants. This is wrong. Show me. Listen, this country has always recognized asylum or natural disasters and has very, very mercifully brought people in with that. You understand? Show me a country, Dominic, like Uganda or India. Would they allow illegals to come into the country? Absolutely never.
Not only that, Mamdani, could you go talk all that nonsense in Uganda? Absolutely not.
Right. And you know something? He's wrecking this country, the economy here in New York. And you know what? I grew up knowing communism is bad and capitalism is wonderful for individual freedom. And you take a look at your boss, John Catsimatidis. Look how he climbed from a stock boy to a billionaire. This is capitalism. And what he's talking about and what he's pushing with all his flowery fruit salad words is Marxist communism. It has never worked anywhere in the world. You look at Sweden. They tried socialism for 20 years. They gave it up. They gave it up because they saw it doesn't work, okay? Now, this guy over here, he's got ulterior motives. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. His thing is, he is trying to shift it in a way, and he's trying to be head of a movement where, unfortunately, Marxist radical Islamists are trying to take over, and they want to bring in Sharia law and God knows what. Look at all the mosques picking it. You know why the mosques are there, Dominic?
I got it, Judith, and go ahead quickly, Judith. I got to get on to the next call. Quickly, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just saying they want converts in the mosque, and DSA stands for Destructive Socialists of America. That's who they are.
Fair enough, Judith. Thank you for the call. Let's go to John, line 1, Garden City, New York. John, what's on your mind?
Yeah, Judith took the words out of my mouth. But with that said, I was just thinking there should be some opposing comment like they do with State of the Unions, like maybe on a radio station where a Republican member speaks on behalf of dismantling this Mamdani's talking points. And
hey, John, I think to your theory, I think that's exactly what Mamdani thought he was doing as it relates to President Trump, an opposition speech.
Well, it's before or after, but I get it. But he thinks he's on a roll right now with his ideas, his philosophy. But I think it's come to pass. Yes, sir.
No, I'm not cutting you off. He does. Okay. He thinks he's smarter, John. He thinks he's smarter than all of us. He thinks he's more good-looking than any of us. He thinks that his looks is going to take him to paradise. But, John, it just wasn't necessary to do that today. John, help me out, right? Now, I know they're going to say I'm being Islamophobic and so on. I don't understand these hijabs, whatever the term is. Why does he always have to parade that in front of us? Why?
He's emboldened. He's trying to showcase his philosophies, ideas, and he's trying to shove it down our throats. Listen, I'm a son of a parent. My parents come from a different country. I'm an American. My parents too are Americans. And I didn't try to change our culture. I respected this culture. He's trying to change the culture. And that's the problem with a lot of these kind of people like that. I'm not mentioning in particular. They come, we're loving people all over the country, and they come in and try to change our system to their liking. Yet they don't have the guts to change their own country. They come in.
Of course not.
We're kind.
Because they'll get their heads cut off. That's why.
Exactly. Very good.
It won't be tolerated. John, thank you for the great call. It won't be tolerated for 2 seconds. That's why. Dan, Reading, Connecticut, line 3. Dan, what's going on?
Hey, Dominic. So
go ahead, Dan. You're wasting time.
You know how Mamdani told everyone to set their thermostats at 78?
Yes.
So New York City and New York State have regulations in place that are pushing for more and more electric heat in buildings. And so my question is, what's going to happen in the winter? A few years from now, they're going to tell us, don't set your heat above 60.
Well, I think what he's saying is, he says it's long-standing city policy to suggest 78. I didn't know that to be the case. To his defense, unfortunately, he doesn't want the grid to go out. If we all put it at 62, the system can't handle it, and it's going to blow out. So that's his point, Dan.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that, but they're pushing for electric heat. And so we're going to have the same problem in the winter going forward.
But we have, to my knowledge, we've never had a problem with the heat. It's always with the summertime. But thank you for the call, Dan. Let's go to, let's see here. Let's go to Jeff, line 5 in Manhattan. Jeff, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, I didn't see the commercial, but I heard about it from what you're saying. And the speech with Mamdani. What I would suggest is they take...
Wait, first of all, Jeff, you're on speaker, and it's hard to hear you. Can you pick up the phone, please?
Yeah, let me get
on. Jeff, why would you call a show on speaker? Why would you do that?
Can you hear me well now?
Yeah, I want to know, why would someone do that and talk on speaker when we're all trying to hear you?
Because I have a crappy phone, and if it's not on speaker, I'll show you. I'll turn it off. You won't even be able to hear me. You want me to turn it off?
Okay, so then maybe Jeff, you shouldn't have called. Maybe, right?
Well, I think that you have a great show, and I have a point that I want you to hear and expand on.
Okay, but Jeff, it's very frustrating. Jeff, it's very frustrating if we can't hear you.
See if you could hear me. You hear me now?
Yes, I hear you now. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so very quickly, they should examine the countries that each of those people appearing with Mamdani is from and compare the immigration policies of those countries to ours. Do they have birthrights to the citizenship, number one? To the hijab wearing women? What happens if a Christian, a Jew, a Hindu, or anything, a Buddhist wants their country? What would happen? And 3, ask those people if they like the policies and the life better in their country than our country. And if they like it better in our country, why the hell are they coming here to complain about our country when they should be kissing the ground that they're here and not where they came from?
Absolutely. Jeff, your comment was worth the waiting. Absolutely, you're correct. What a phony. America 250. And you want to sit up there behind George Washington's desk and tell us what we're not. As you're living in a mansion that we're paying for, you're going home to your racist, anti-Semitic wife. They say she's an artist. I don't see anything artistic about what that lady does. Mommy is a very successful movie director, and Daddy is a hateful college professor. So it seems to me they did very well here in America, the country that the entire family hates. And then because of politics in our country, and I'm not blaming any candidate right now, Mamdani should have never, and under a regular circumstance, he would not have won. Andrew Cuomo would have been the mayor. Socialism would have been on a decline. But because of what happened in the mayor's race, he found a way to creep through, and he barely made it. And I mean by the skin of his teeth. Barely. He barely cracked 50%. If a third candidate was not in the race, he would have lost. We wouldn't be going through any of this. He would be Minnie Mouse in terms of his voice and his hateful rhetoric. I mean, maybe he would have packed up and went home. I don't think so, because you can't go to Uganda talking all that garbage. They'll cut your head off. Mamdani. Let's see here. Let's go to Sal, line 2, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Sal?
Hello, Dominic. Mamdani always talks about immigration. Yes, but we're a nation of legal immigrants, and when you come to this country, even if you're a legal immigrant, you have to obey the law and you have to assimilate and become and learn to love.
Hey, wait, Sal. I'm giving you the Mamdani line. Assimilate. Why do I have to assimilate? You're going to assimilate to what I believe. That's what he says.
That's what I meant. I meant that these people have to become Americans.
Right, no, we agree, Sal, but I mean, I just couldn't believe that he rushed to deliver a hateful speech like that. Why? Keep it to yourself. We know how you feel. You don't show up at the Israeli Day Parade. We know how you feel. I don't understand, Sal, why he found a great need on this day, on this weekend, to rain on the parade of everybody else. Why? There's no need to do it. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Eddie in Babylon. Line 5. Eddie, what's on your mind?
The great Dominic Carter. I have a bottle of Pepto-Bismol for you, I always say.
Thank you. And after Mamdani, I haven't needed some in a little bit, but after Mamdani, I can't believe, Eddie, what I witnessed today. There was just no need for this.
On pump bottle. I think Mamdani thinks he's a cross between Elvis Presley and, let's see, Cary Grant, right? He's like Cary Grant jumping into a swimming pool. That made all these crazy young people happy. Look at him, he jumped in a swim. I did that once in my life. I never did it again. It was at a friend's party. I wasn't in a suit, though. But he's trying to make a statement to cover up, his policies and what he's doing. And to give free food out in supermarkets. My friend Stacy, you know her, Stacy, we're in Colorado. Great radio person. She goes, she just talked to her friend's son who thinks he's great. They're looking at this from a distance. We live in New York City. We need more policemen. We need more taking care of the infrastructure. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, Dominic. It is. It really is.
Eddie, thank you for the call. Maybe Gracie in Rockland County can make some sense of all this. Line 2. Gracie, what's on your mind?
Okay, what's on my mind is this. Mamdani, he is like a star, and we're not going to be able to cut him down. We have to do it from another perspective. Number one, for New York, Cousins, the head of the Senate, and Behesti, Carl, whatever his name is, the head of the Assembly, we have to get them to realize what's going out, that their throats will be cut too if they don't wake up and smell the coffee. That's number one. The second thing is we have to explain to the young people, the American young people, that socialism does not work. I don't know why their parents aren't talking to them. I'm going to be seeing my grandchildren next week, and I am going to give them a lesson. I gave the big one a lesson in how bad socialism was when she was 11, and I always harp on it. But the thing is, they don't understand, and socialism never worked. Even when the Pilgrims came, they tried it, they divided, they said everybody work on the land and we'll share it, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't even a year or two, and they said, hey, some of these people are lazy. We all have to work our own land. What is this sharing? Some people are lazy. And the last thing is, George Orwell said, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Don't they see how the leaders of all these communist organizations, and even Mamdani, how well he lives? Why should he live so well, you stupid? backside and support him. He's not going to do anything for you. None of these people are going to do anything for you. Wake up. We have a duty to save our country, because I really feel it's going, because the kids are so damn stupid. And we as parents and grandparents have to explain to them and to tell them the plight.
You're right, Gracie. Gracie, I'm a minute late for a break, only because it was you. These young people are stuck on stupid. It's as simple as that. They're buying this garbage that Mamdani is selling. I've got to take a break. We are coming right back.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
Traditional banks are making it harder than ever to secure a small business loan. That's why thousands of business owners trust Cardiff for same-day funding. With over 2 decades of expertise, business owners keep voting Cardiff America's favorite small business lender. Apply now for up to $500,000 in same-day business funding at cardiff.co/Spotify. Again, that's cardiff.co/Spotify. Cardiff. Borrow better.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
If you can't see all of America, what are you doing here, you phony opportunists? Why would you come to a country and want to be part of the system that you denounce every single day? Why would you come to a country that you denounce? Your wife is racist and anti-Semitic. Your mom, I don't know her politics. She's from Hollywood. We know your dad sympathizes with terrorists, but yet he worked at Columbia University. So it sounds like you want it both ways, Mamdani. And listen, I grew up around Muslims and so on. But dude, you're taking it too far with this Muslim message, and with having women wear hijabs. You didn't have to do that today in front of George Washington. Why did you have to do? Why was that necessary, Mamdani? Because you are trying to throw it down our face. But be careful, homeboy, because it may backfire and blow up in your face. Angie, line 5, Freeport, New York. Angie, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I'm just trying to not throw up after hearing him say that speech. There used to be a time when being a citizen was a privilege. My dad came over here, did what he had to do, became a legal citizen. You know, he stood up for the Pledge of Allegiance. He was very, very happy to be accepted into this country. And the problem is, it's looked at now like it's an entitlement. And if we're not careful, we're going to lose our identity as Americans. I saw a kid today wearing a hoodie that said, "White Lives Matter," and on the back of the hoodie it said, "Too much." Like, this is, the world we live in is very sad. But, you know, as a school teacher, I see the prayers, the rugs on the ground. I believe whatever you want to believe in, but don't shove it down my throat. Everyone has their entitlement to, you know, whatever God you want to pray to. There's only one. You know, decipher it however you want to decipher it. But when it comes and affects my life and my way of living, that's where I have the problem. And they don't
give
anything back.
Angie, help me out here, right? So this sounds like a stereotype, but it's what comes to mind. Help me out. So New York has had 2 black mayors, no Latino mayors. What Mamdani is doing is almost like, now this is a stereotype, Angie. It's almost like if David Dinkins, New York's first black mayor, had the Harlem Globetrotters standing behind him at every news conference with a watermelon on the side and some chicken on the other side. And those are racial stereotypes. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm trying to say is America 250, George Washington's desk. Why do you have a woman, I think it was two, standing up there with these hijabs on, whatever they may be? Why is that necessary, Angie? Please help me.
He's trying to send a message, and it's happening right before our eyes. We just don't want to see it. They're taking over. I'm not trying to sound racist or anything like that, but when I take public transportation, we are the minority, blacks and whites included. We are becoming the minority, and until we wake up and realize that and start voting for the people who deserved our vote instead of worrying about free, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? Right.
As he continues to ride around and his taxpayer funded NYPD vehicles and his taxpayer funded mansion, him and his racist wife. Folks, join the Tunnel to Towers Foundation on its mission to do good in honor of America's heroes. Go to T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org. I'm back Sunday night at 11 p.m.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?